Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? Good afternoon. How's everyone doing? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So today, you guys, we're going to be talking about everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, which honestly, I am super excited about this information that I get to share with you guys. So we're going to go ahead and start letting a couple of people join the live. That way we could go ahead and start talking about everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, which honestly I'm super excited to share with you guys. Okay, so as I was saying, you guys, with everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, with everything that we have to offer here, so welcome. I see people are starting to I see a lot of people are starting to join the live. How are you guys? Welcome. How's everyone doing? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Let me know where you guys are watching me from. You know, I love to interact with you guys, so let me know where you guys are watching me from. Hola, Maffer 2157, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás, linda? Hola, en unos meses me van a hacer mi cirugía en su clínica, que no debe estar mal en los análisis de sangre. So, esta pregunta es un poquito muy específica. Lo que yo tengo entendido es que si tú tomas algún tipo de medicamento, tienes que parar de tomar los medicamentos. O sea, si tomas, por ejemplo, contraceptivos, como para no quedar embarazada, yo tengo entendido que si, por ejemplo, tienes diabetes, eso tiene que estar controlado. Tengo entendido que tus niveles de colesterol, los niveles de BMI, o sea, el BMI es Body Mass Index, lo que detecta cuánta grasa uno tiene en el cuerpo, y el BMI, el límite del BMI es hasta 40. Eso es lo que yo tengo entendido, Maffer. Pero, reina, lo que yo te recomiendo, la verdad, es que llames a la clínica. Así te pueden dar una explicación más leve, porque yo no te quiero decir cosas que yo no me sienta como 100% segura de lo que yo te esté diciendo, porque ahí con los exámenes de sangre, eso sí es algo un poquito más... es un poquito más delicado, ¿ves? Entonces por eso no te quiero como... Pero esas cositas que te acabo de decir, eso sí sé que esas cosas son importantes. También sé que si vos eres una persona que, por ejemplo, eres una persona que sufre de depresión o de ansiedad, tengo entendido que estos medicamentos los tienes que parar, pero no sé si depende de el tipo de marca de medicamento, pero sí tengo entendido que cuando uno está tomando cualquier tipo de medicamento por cualquier razón, tú le tenés que decir al doctor, ok, cuál es la razón, cuál es el medicamento, cuánto tiempo llevas tomándotelo y cosas así, para que ellos te puedan guiar y decirte, ok, deja de tomarlo, tú sabes, 2 semanas antes. O 3 semanas antes, o un mes antes, cosas así. Así, tú sabes, podemos asegurar de que vos, como persona, y que tu cuerpo esté en el mejor estado para recibir esta cirugía. Pero, Maffer, qué emoción, mi reina, estoy muy feliz por ti, qué emoción que te vas a operar. Dime, cuéntanos qué te vas a hacer y cuéntanos, ¿quieres algún tip? ¿Quieres algo en la que te pueda ayudar? Maffer, tú sabes lo que yo te recomiendo, linda. Cuando nos vamos a hacer una cirugía, los niveles de la hemoglobina bajan. ¿verdad? Yo te recomiendo que para que el iron, el hierro y todas las vitaminas y los nutrientes que nuestro cuerpo necesita, yo te recomiendo que empieces a tomar Floradix. Floradix es como un jarabe, que uno se toma 30 minutos antes de comer, ¿verdad? Es como un jarabe, y esto te ayuda a que el hierro y la hemoglobina, los niveles del immune system, suban y estén ahí mantenidos para cuando tú recibas tu cirugía. Tienes los niveles de hierro y de hemoglobina y del immune system todo up to date y todo chévere. Así que te recomiendo que empiecen a tomar Floradix. Lo pueden empezar a tomar un mes antes, 3 semanas antes, 2 semanas antes. Esto es algo que la verdad ayuda mucho a que las pacientes se sientan muy bien, pues. Entonces, como les decía, ok, bebé, gracias por tus consejos. No, claro que sí, linda. Y cualquier otra cosa que a lo mejor vos necesites, dime, cuéntame. Antes de que te vayas, Maffer, y todas las que me están escuchando ahorita, yo les recomiendo, pero ni siquiera 100%, 1000%. ¿Escucharon, lindas? Que ustedes, cuando ustedes se van a operar, les recomiendo full que vayan con el Cell Saver, ¿ok? El Cell Saver, no sé cómo se diría en español, pero cuando ustedes entren para su consulta, ¿verdad? Cuando hablen con el doctor de los exámenes, de los labs y todo, ellos te van a explicar, y tú les puedes explicar, mira, que es Cell Saver. El Cell Saver es buenísimo, porque déjame explicarte. Cuando nosotros entramos a cirugía, lo normal es que cuando uno está teniendo cirugía, uno obviamente pierde sangre. Eso es completamente normal, ¿verdad? Pero el Cell Saver, lo que a mí me gusta del Cell Saver es que es una máquina que cuando tú estás perdiendo esa sangre, esa máquina recolecta toda la sangre, limpia la sangre y después te la vuelven a poner en tu cuerpo. ¿Ves? Entonces, ¿qué es lo que hace el Cell Saver? Que te ayuda a que cuando tú te despiertes de tu cirugía y los siguientes días tú te sientas con más energía, un poquito más liberada, un poquito mejor, un poquito con más energía. ¿Ves? Entonces, por eso yo les recomiendo que vayan con el Cell Saver, porque la verdad que esto nos ayuda un montón para sentirnos con más energía, sentirnos un poquito mejor. ¿Ves? Todo esto es algo que la verdad ayuda mucho, y la verdad que cuando uno obviamente pierde sangre, what is expected es que uno esté un poquito más de bajo energía, un poquito más cansado y cosas así, ¿verdad? Pero con el Cell Saver, más bien eso te ayuda un montón para que vos puedas tener energía, ¿ok? Entonces, como les decía, si alguien quiere saber cuál es su BMI, ahorita les voy a decir cuál es su BMI, y déjenme decirle algo. Lo único que necesito para saber cuál es su BMI es su weight, cuánto pesan y la altura, ¿ok? Eso es lo único que necesito. So, you guys, the only thing that I need from you to know what your BMI is your weight and your height. So if you want to know what your BMI is, that is all I need from you guys, okay? So really, really, really important that we do remember all of this amazing information, you guys. Now, with everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, it honestly has never been easier than today right now for you guys to finally go ahead and get your surgery, okay? So, with that being said, another thing that I wanted to mention to you guys that is extremely important for us to remember is that when we are, looking forward to getting surgery, right? we have to remember, you guys, that at the end of the day, absolutely everything that we have going on here at Icon Cosmetic Center can help you out so much into finally being able to get your surgery. Okay, you guys, so another thing that I wanted to mention to you that is extremely important that we remember as well is that here at Icon Cosmetic Center, we are always going to be making sure that we are leading you guys towards the right way, okay, for everything that we have to offer to you, okay? Now, another thing that I wanted to mention to you as well is that here at Icon Cosmetic Center, we have 3 locations of Icon Cosmetic Center. We have a location in Doral, we have a location in Blue Lagoon, and we also have a location in Hialeah. Okay, you guys, so all of these 3 different locations, let me explain. So, when we are looking forward to getting surgery, right? So all of these different locations, you guys, they're very nicely located, they're very clean, they're very beautiful, you know. Not even to mention that we have an amazing, highly professional staff. We only have board certified surgeons, you guys. Okay? So, with that being said, you guys, with everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, it's just super amazing for us to see everything that we have, okay? So, 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 as I was saying, you guys, with everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, It has never been easier than today right now for you guys to finally go ahead and get your surgery. So another thing that I wanted to mention to you that is really, really, really important is that when we are looking forward to getting surgery, we want to be making sure that we are looking forward to getting surgery with a board certified surgeon. Okay, you guys, this is something that is really, really, really important for us to remember and for us to keep in mind as well, because at the end of the day, you guys, we only want professionals working on our bodies so we can make sure that we are getting the best results possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, we need to be doing our research. Like, before you just step into anything, you guys, you need to be doing your research. You need to be finding out about the clinic. You need to be finding out about the surgeon. And why am I telling you this, you guys? Because here at Icon Cosmetic Center, we literally consist of so many beautiful reviews, so many beautiful patients that they go ahead and tell their story. They go ahead and tell their experience here with us at Icon Cosmetic Center. And it's something that we are so grateful for, like the amazing feedback that we receive from every single one of our patients. You guys, here at Icon Cosmetic Center, we always are, receiving so much love from our iconic dolls. And it really shows, it really shows when a patient feels the need to go out of their way and leave good reviews and do good videos and make videos about their experience and show off the results, and they're just so happy to show off the results. That is a testimony by itself to show to people that are future iconic dolls that haven't gotten surgery with us just yet. It is a big testimony for the people that are on the other side, that still haven't gotten surgery, that are still on the hunt, that are still a little skeptical and still don't know what way to go, or if even to go that way. You know what I mean? So that is something that speaks high volume of who we are as a professional team, as a clinic, as a as a plastic surgery place. So these are things that are really, really important for us to remember, that we want to keep in mind, you guys, because at the end of the day, you only want the best. You don't want just anybody working on your body. You don't want just anyone to be working on your body. So these are things that are really, really important for us to remember and for us to keep in mind as well. So you guys, just make sure that absolutely everything that we have to offer here to you guys, you guys are knowing about it. You guys are doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. You guys are keeping up with it. And that is something that I highly recommend for you guys to do and for you guys to keep in mind, because mind you, at the end of the day, we are always going to have your best interest in mind, you guys. We are always going to be guiding you with absolutely everything that you need guidance with. So these are things that are really important for us to remember and for us to keep in mind, you guys. So be aware of everything that we have to offer here to you guys, okay? Because I'm telling you now, with everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, it really has never been easier than today for you guys to finally with Icon Cosmetic Center, you'll be in the best hands, in the best place to finally being able to So, as I was saying, you guys, with everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, it really has never been easier than today right now for you guys to be able to finally getting in contact with you, okay? So with this being said, you guys, one of the things that I really wanted to mention to you guys as well. So with that being said, you guys, these are things that are honestly super, super, super amazing for us to take great advantage of. So make sure that you are leaving your information right here in my left bottom corner. In this yellow folder, you guys put your name, your phone number, and your email. That way we can go ahead and get in contact with you guys. I'm super, super excited to share all of this amazing information with you. So, you know, that is something, you guys, that, for example, me wholeheartedly, I would never get no work done with no one else but with Icon Cosmetic Center. Okay, you guys, so I'm letting you guys know now. So, with that being said, you guys, we are going to be getting into this amazing BBL post-up care bundle, which I'm honestly so excited to share with you guys, because I'm letting you guys know now, with everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, it really has never been easier than today right now for you guys to finally go ahead and get your surgery. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys about this amazing BBL post-up care bundle. Okay, so with that being said, you guys, one of the things that I really wanted to mention to you that is extremely important that we remember and that we keep in mind, you guys, is that at the end of the day, you know, we want to be making sure that absolutely everything that we are doing, we're doing it the right way, that we're doing it the correct way. Okay, you guys, so what does that mean? We want to be making sure that before I get into this BBL post-op care bundle, we want to be making sure that we are attending to our body and nourishing our body before surgery. You know, I've seen a lot of people on social media say, oh, you know, like, you know, you got to get your body ready for like after surgery, and then you got to start eating healthy after surgery and being hydrated. And the real tea is that you got to start doing this before surgery, you guys, okay? Because the thing is that we have to realize that when we are getting a surgery, you guys, you know, we're potentially going to be losing blood. You know, surgery is something that at the end of the day is surgery. And we got to get our bodies ready and going to be able to be in the best shape possible to receive this surgery with open arms. Okay, so with that being said, you know, it is really important for us to remember that we do got to stop smoking, you guys. We do got to stop drinking. Like, all of those things have to go out the window. And let me explain to you something, love. When we are, you know, you're probably listening to me right now and you're like, oh, you know, like, whatever, like, I could still hit my vape, like, a week before my surgery or 2 weeks before my surgery. I just do a little detox cleaning or whatever, you know, whatever it is that is going on now on the internet where you could do those things. I'm here to let you know now, love, that it's bigger than you just coming out positive on that test. So I'm about to change your mind completely as to why you got to listen to what I'm telling you right now for when you're getting surgery. Okay, it is important for us to remember, you guys, that when we're getting surgery, we want to be making sure that absolutely everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, we're going to be giving you the tools. We're going to be giving you, the guidance and the instructions. All you have to do is follow them. Okay? So, with that being said, you guys, one of the things that I really, really wanted to mention to you that is important for us to remember is that here at Icon Cosmetic Center, we are always going to be making sure that absolutely everything that we have going on, that we have here to offer to you guys, you guys are known about it and you guys are keeping up with it. Okay? So, as I was saying, you guys, with everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, it really has never been easier than today right now for you guys to finally go ahead and get your surgery. Okay, so for example, let's say that you're somebody that you are getting ready to get surgery around, let's say that you're getting surgery at the end of June, right? And we're in May. So let me tell you a couple of things. For example, let's say that you're getting a BBL. A BBL is a fat transfer to the buttocks. A fat transfer to the buttocks into the hips to create more of an hourglass figure, to give you more projection on the butt, to give you more of a shelf, to give you more of a rounded booty, more hips, all that. You get to say bye-bye to hip dips. And who doesn't want to say bye-bye to the hip dips? Of course. So, as I was saying, you guys, it is important for us to stop smoking. And maybe now you're thinking, well, why is it important and stuff like that? Because, I've had people on the live ask me, but why is it so important? The reason why it's important, you guys, is because we have to remember that these electronic vapes hold chemicals that are incredibly, damaging to the body. They don't do nothing for you. Nothing at all. They actually take from you. So let me explain how they take from you. With these kind of chemicals that the electronic vapes have, and the other things that you could smoke as well, like the plants and tobacco and stuff like that, right? With these kind of chemicals, you guys, what happens here is that it actually slows down the healing of your scars and of your incisions. It actually slows down the healing of that. Okay, so let me explain to you something else. When we are looking forward to getting surgery, you guys, it is really, really important for us to remember that, we gotta be able to, stay away from that. Because let me tell you something else. You may be thinking, oh, but what if I smoke like those devices where like it doesn't have any kind of chemicals? This is where it gets a little tricky as well. The smoke itself, like the actual smoke itself, you guys, like it doesn't matter if it doesn't have any kind of chemicals. The smoke itself, okay? The smoke itself, it actually kills fat cells and it weakens the muscle. Okay? So, with that being said, this is something that is extremely important for us to remember and for us to keep in mind. So, you guys want to be making sure that you're doing everything the right, correct way, okay? With that being said, another thing that I wanted to mention to you guys that is really, really, really important for us to remember that with everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, it actually has never been easier than today right now for you guys to finally go ahead and get your surgery, okay? So, one of the things that I wanted to mention to you guys as well is that with everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, it actually has never been easier than today right now for you guys to finally get your surgery. Okay, so with alcohol, you may be wondering, well, why can't I drink? The thing is that what happens here, you guys, is that the alcohol is actually a blood thinner. Okay, you guys, so this actually doesn't do you any good. You gotta be staying away from blood thinners like before you go into surgery, you know. So this is something that actually doesn't do you any good. So it's really, really important for you guys to remember all this amazing information, and for you guys to keep in mind that everything that we have to offer here to you guys, you know, is the real deal. So I'm letting you know now, like, you want to make sure that you're getting the best results, you're going to be coming to Icon Cosmetic Center. You want to make sure that you're getting the best results, the best highly attentive attention, best board certified surgeons, you know, surgeons that are very well known, have worked on thousands and thousands and thousands of patients. Because let me tell you something, every single one of our surgeons has over 10 years of experience. So what does that mean, you guys? If a surgeon, right, has over 10 years of experience, what does that tell you? That tells you that, you know, think about it. If a surgeon has been in the field over 10 years, that means that they've probably been in the field for 15 to 20 years. How many cases have they done in those many years? How many different body types have they done? How many different, you know, easier cases or a little more harder cases? Because there's cases where people gotta lose weight. You know, there's people that, you know, gotta sort out other different things before they go ahead and get the surgery. Like, you know, there's just more to it with certain people. And then there's other people that, you know, they just get their medical clearance done, their labs done, and they're ready to go. So, you know, just think about that. Like, when you are looking forward to getting surgery, you guys, we gotta be nourishing our body. We gotta be thinking ahead. Okay, and that takes me into this other topic that I wanted to talk about. When we are getting surgery, you guys, this doesn't mean that now we're just gonna, oh, you know, like, we're getting surgery, so I'm just gonna start eating like crazy. I'm just gonna start eating a bunch of junk food. Like, I'm just gonna start eating whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. No, you guys, this is something that is a big no. This is something that you do not want to do. Let me explain to you why. Because the thing is, you guys, is that just because you're getting a BBL, just because you're getting a lipo, doesn't mean that now you could just start eating recklessly and it doesn't matter what you eat. No, you guys, it's actually the opposite. It's actually the opposite. You actually got to start nourishing your body and taking care of yourself before the surgery, okay? Because you have to remember, we have to get our body ready, you guys. You have to remember that we got to do everything in our power to make sure that everything is going the way that it's supposed to. Okay, you guys? So these are things that are really, really, really important for us to remember and for us to keep in mind as well. Now, another thing that I wanted to mention to you guys that is really, really important for us to remember is that here at Icon Cosmetic Center, we are always going to be making sure that absolutely everything that we have to offer to you, you know, you guys are knowing about it, you guys are coherent with it, you guys are understanding us. And if there is ever something that you don't understand, you know, we won't ever hesitate to explain it to you guys, to break it down to you. And that is what you want a clinic to consist of. Like, you want a clinic that is easy to get in contact with. You want a clinic that is going to make you feel comfortable, a highly professional staff. Okay, you guys, you want to be making sure that behind a board certified surgeon that is an amazing, good doctor, there's also a really good team behind him or her. Okay, so, and that's exactly what Icon Cosmetic Center consists of, you guys. So I'm letting you know now, with everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, it actually has never been easier than today right now for you guys to finally go ahead and get your surgery. Okay, so make sure that you guys are doing everything in your power to get the surgery that you've always wanted to get. You know, like, you don't have to settle for anything, you guys. In this life, you don't got to settle for anything. If you don't like something, if your boobs, you know, after having kids, if your boobs have sagged too much and it makes you uncomfortable with the fact that instead of looking straight ahead, they're looking straight down, love, go ahead and do something about it. First of all, that's completely normal, okay? Giving birth and carrying a child alone is something that you should be really proud of yourself. So, you know, you shouldn't be too hard on yourself. But if it's something that you don't like, you could go ahead and do something about it, okay? And I'm here to let you know now, maybe you're thinking, well, yeah, like, you know, if I had more money or something. Love, I'm here to let you know now that with Icon Cosmetic Center, it actually has never been easier than today right now for you guys to finally go ahead and be able to get your surgery, okay? Here at Icon Cosmetic Center, we have so many different amazing things to offer to you that it honestly makes it so easy for us to finally be able to get surgery. So, you know, with that being said, you guys, basically what I'm trying to say is that here at Icon Cosmetic Center, you know, we just have so many different amazing specials and amazing things that you could take such great advantage of, you guys. So make the most out of today, make the most out of right now. Make sure that you're doing everything in your power to do these things, okay, you guys? These are things that at the end of the day are super amazing that we get to see. So, you know, all you guys need to do is make sure that you are doing everything on your part, okay? So with smoking and drinking, you know, the surgeon is gonna tell you at least to stop, you know, 30 days before, you guys. But it's important for you guys to stop, but it's important for you guys to remember at least, okay? I would highly recommend, and you know, any surgeon will recommend at least 30 days, but any other surgeon will recommend for you to stop at least, you know, like 2 months, or even if you could, like 3 months, because this is only going to be helping you, you know, with these kind of chemicals, like how I was explaining earlier, with these kind of chemicals. Oh my gosh, sorry you guys. With these kind of chemicals, they actually damage you and they don't really help you, okay? So these are things that are really important, okay? So as I was saying, another thing that I wanted to mention to you guys that is extremely important for us to remember as well is that with everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, it actually has never been easier than today right now for you guys to finally go ahead and get your surgery. So with that being said, you guys, another thing that I wanted to mention to you is that here at Icon Cosmetic Center, we are always going to be making sure that absolutely everything that we have to offer to you, you know, is legit, and you guys are completely understanding about what it is that we have to offer to you guys, okay? So another thing that I wanted to mention to you that is really important for us to remember as well is that here at Icon Cosmetic Center, you know, we are always going to be making sure that you guys are receiving absolutely everything that, you know, it is that you need to be receiving, okay? So you guys, now with that being said, if you're watching me outside of the state or outside of the country, or if you're watching me, you know, you're from here, from Florida, you're in Miami, or maybe you're not in Miami, but you're somewhere in Florida, I'm here to let you know now, you guys, that we offer free virtual consultations, and we also offer free in-person consultations, you guys. So, you know, you want to be making the most out of today right now, because it is not every day where we get to see, you know, board certified surgeons do such amazing specials like the ones that we are seeing here right now. This is something that is super amazing for us to do, for us to experience, and for us to take great advantage of, okay, you guys? So with that being said, another thing that I wanted to mention to you that is really important for us to remember as well is that here at Icon Cosmetic Center, for example, like nowadays it's expensive to go see a doctor, let alone a surgeon, you know? So I'm here to let you know now, you guys, that it has never been easier than today right now for you guys to finally go ahead and get your surgery, okay? So make sure that go ahead and get your surgery, okay? So make sure that you are doing everything in your power, okay? Many different things where you could take great advantage of, okay? So for example, you know, we have this BBL post-op care bundles, which are the following. The BBL post-op care bundles that we have to share here with you guys are honestly so amazing for you guys to take great advantage of. I'm letting you guys know now, here at Icon Cosmetic Center, you know, Here at Icon Cosmetic Center, we've designed this BBL post-up care bundle so perfectly. This BBL post-up care bundle comes with one full body garment, okay? The full body garment is the faja, you guys. So, you know, the faja basically is, you know, gonna be literally your bestie. Let me actually rephrase that. This entire BBL bundle is gonna be your bestie, you guys, because let me tell you right now, there's not a single thing in this BBL post-up care bundle that you're not gonna use. Okay, so in this BBL post-up care bundle, you know, there's the faja. The faja, you're going to be using it. The first month, you're going to be using it 24 hours a day. 24 hours a day, you know, you're not going to be taking off your faja for nothing whatsoever. You're going to be using it 24 hours a day. And then, you know, you are going to... And then, you know, you're going to go ahead and... And then you're gonna go ahead and start using it. For example, on the second month, right? On the second month, you're gonna start using it 12 hours a day. So let me explain to you. Let's say that you would like to wear your faja. Let's say that you would like to wear your faja, you know, maybe at night, you know, or during the day. For example, while you're running errands or with your kids or at work or at school or whatever it is that you're doing, you know, you could go ahead and, you know, wear your faja throughout the day. So with that being said, you guys, one of the things that I wanted to mention to you that is extremely important that we remember is that here at Icon Cosmetic Center, you know, we just have so many different amazing things to offer to you guys. So, you know, make sure that you guys are making the most out of today, that you guys are making the most out of right now, because I'm letting you know now, like, with everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center, it actually has never been easier than today right now for you guys to finally be able to get your surgery. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to mention to you that is really, really important for us to remember as well is that here at Icon Cosmetic Center, we are always going to be making sure that you guys are only receiving the best from us. Another thing that I wanted to mention related to that is that I highly recommend for you to get your stage 1 faja from Icon Cosmetic Center instead of going, you know, to the TikTok shop or going to, you know, Amazon or things like that and purchasing your stage 1 faja from somewhere else, because the reality of this, you guys, is that 9 times out of 10 you're not gonna get the size right, and you're not even buying an actual surgical faja. What you're buying is something like a waist trainer. And, you know, to the naked eye, to somebody that doesn't really know how a surgical faja is supposed to look, of course, looks can be deceiving. So, but there is a big difference in between a surgical faja and a waist trainer. Okay, you guys, with surgical fajas, you know, with a surgical faja, you guys, it is important for us to remember, for example, with a surgical faja, it's literally made out of a specific material, way better material than a waist trainer, because the functions are different. You know, this is a surgical faja. This is like for surgery, and then a waist trainer is just to train your waist. You know, so there's a big difference. So you don't want to go ahead and waste your money on something that you're not even going to end up using, because we have to remember as well that with a BBL, things tend to change, because now your butt and your hips are going to be a lot bigger than your waist. You know, so, and you know, that's what we want. That's what we all want. Okay, but okay, now I'm gonna get serious. But yeah, you know, like, that's what you gotta think about. Like, if my butt and my hips are gonna be bigger and my waist is gonna be smaller, how am I possibly gonna get the size right? And you may be wondering, well, how do you guys get the size right? Let me explain to you, love. We actually don't know what size you're gonna be until after surgery. When the surgery is done is when we can tell, okay, she's gonna be a size such and such, you know. And that's when, you know, when you wake up from surgery, you're already gonna have your faja on. Okay, you guys, so that is something really, really, really important for us to remember and for us to keep in mind as well. You guys want to be making sure that absolutely everything that we have to, you know, share with you guys are doing it. You guys are keeping up with it. Okay, So another thing that I wanted to mention to you guys that is equally as important that we remember as well is that, you know, when we are looking forward to getting surgery, I feel like, you know, a lot of us tend to think like, oh, you know, I could just eat whatever, I'm just gonna gain weight because I want my butt to be as fat as possible, you know, I want to get as much fat as I can from my butt. And you know, you guys, that is pretty valid, but it's not right at the same time, because let me tell you something, we all store fat in places where we don't even think that we have fat in those places, and sometimes we actually have more fat than we think we do. So, you know, since we're not surgeons, we don't have a surgeon's eye. We can't just look at a person and tell from the naked eye, okay, look, like this is how much fat we can take from them, or this is where the areas of fat are at. Of course, because we're not surgeons, so we automatically look at ourselves in the mirror, and since, you know, we're normal size, or, you know, like just medium size, you know, or just petite size, you know, this goes for the petite girls as well. You know, you may be believing like, oh, you know, I don't got enough fat for a BBL, but the reality is, you guys, that you actually do have enough fat for a BBL. And very rare, it's very, very, very rare for, you know, one of our surgeons to tell you, you know, go ahead and gain some weight. It's really rare for one of our surgeons to tell you that, you guys. So with that being said, you know, these are things that are really, really, really important for us to remember, for us to keep in mind. So at the end of the day, you guys, you just want to be making sure that absolutely everything that we have to offer here at Icon Cosmetic Center to you, you know, you guys are taking in absolutely everything, and taking in consideration that you do not need to gain weight, okay? Take in consideration that you do not need to gain weight. Okay, you guys, this is something that is not required for you to do. This is not something that you need to do. Okay, this is more something like, how can I explain it to you? This is more something like, that is a choice. But let me tell you something. We have two different kinds of fat. So we have the external fat, and that's the fat that like the surgeon, you know, lipos. But then we also have the visceral fat, you guys. And visceral fat is the fat that is by your organs. So, you know, this kind of fat, you can't lipo this fat. The only way that you can lose this fat is by exercise and by eating right. Okay, so that is something that is really, really important for us to remember. Like, we don't want to start eating a bunch of junk food and all this crazy, you know, this fried food and very sugary foods and high in salt, high in sodium, high in calories, and, you know, not the healthy calories. This is something that we want to be keeping in mind, you guys. This is something that we need to be aware of. That way we can go ahead and, you know, get our surgery. Okay, you guys. So, you know, be aware. Just be aware. Make sure that you guys know about what it is that you guys need to be doing in order to be able to get your surgery. Like, these are just things that are important, you guys. So make sure that you guys are knowing about it. Make sure that you guys are coherent about it, so that way, you know, in the future, now you know, okay, like maybe you don't even have your surgery booked yet, but maybe that was your master plan, that you were just gonna start eating like crazy, and now you're gonna have fat for your BBL. And no, love, you don't need to do that, because 9 times out of 10 we already have enough fat for a BBL. We just don't know it because we don't know how to look at the human body in a surgeon way, you know. So, but that's where we come in. That's where, you know, you leave your information right here in this yellow folder. You guys, go ahead and leave your information right here in this yellow folder. Don't forget that we are matching your deposits, okay? We are matching your $250 deposit. We are also matching the $500 deposit. And in case you're wondering, well, why is there different deposits? Let me explain to you. So the $500 deposit is for combined procedures, okay? A combined procedure would be, I'm going to use myself an example. A combined procedure would be as if I'm getting my breast and my butt done at the same time. So if I was getting a breast augmentation and a BBL done at the same time, this is what a combined procedure would consist of. Okay, you guys. Now, for example, another perfect example would be, let's say, when we are let's say, for example, when we are when we are getting ready for surgery, that is just some of the things that, you know, I wanted to mention to you guys, so that way you could go ahead and make sure that you guys are doing it and keeping up with it. Okay, now the BBL post-op care bundle also comes with one board and 3 foams. Okay, so the board in this is this black rectangular thing that is going to be going on the front. Okay, you guys, on the front of your abdomen area. So this is going to go on the front of abdomen area, right? And that is going to be making that extra compression that you will be needing throughout these, like, you know, weeks that you are healing from surgery. Now, the lipo foams are these white rectangular things that kind of feel like pillow-like material. They're very soft to the touch. The board is a little bit harder to the touch. It's more like you know, like kind of like more like, you know, because you do need more compression there. But the lipo foams, you guys, you know, you are gonna be using it all around. Okay, you guys, so the board goes here, and then the foams are gonna go here and here and here all the way to your back. So all around, and then, you know, all around your back torso like this, your side torso and your front torso, and then we stop right here because the board goes right here. Okay, so it's a perfect like this. Okay, full of lipo foams, and then the board right here. Okay, you guys, so that is something really, really important for us to remember and for us to keep in mind, because, you know, we want to be making sure that we are doing everything the right way for when we are healing from surgery. Okay, now, with that being said, another thing that I wanted to mention to you guys that is really, really important for us to remember as well is that here at Icon Cosmetic Center, we are always going to be, you know, bringing you guys only the best of the best. So you guys want to be making sure that you are doing everything you can in your power to, you know, get those results. Because let me tell you something, 50% is your surgeon. Yeah, it is important to find a good surgeon. Yeah, it is. But it's also important for you to be disciplined enough and for you to care enough about your results, for you to follow up with the protocol and everything that you have to do for when you're healing from surgery, you guys. Because let me tell you something, the surgeon could give you the most perfect results, but if you don't get your massages done, if you don't wear your faja, if you don't use your board or your foam, if you don't, you know, regularly keep up with yourself, these are things that are really, really, really important for us to remember, you guys. Okay, because we can actually jeopardize the gorgeous results that the surgeon has given us. Okay, the BBL post-op care bundle also comes with 3 massages. The massages are very, very big fundamental part of your healing process, because we have to remember that the massages are going to be helping us with, you know, the healing of our is going to be helping us with the healing of our abdomen and getting all of that liquid retention out. Okay, so let me explain to you something. It is completely normal. It is completely normal for you guys to remember that it is normal for after surgery for your body to be inflamed, for your body to be swollen, for you to be experiencing, you know, liquid retention, for you to be experiencing draining liquids and stuff like that. That is completely normal, and you actually need to be draining those liquids and those fluids in order to make sure that you are receiving, you know, the best attentive care. Because let me explain to you something. When we don't get these massages done, you guys, and you may be wondering, well, how many massages do I need? There's really no amount, like a specific amount, like for minimum. I say the more the better, you guys. Like, the more massages that you can get, the better. And minimum of massages, and I really mean like the word minimum when I say this, like minimum of massages that you should be getting, you guys, is 30 to 40 massages, and that's really minimum. Okay, because it is really, really important for us to remember as well that here at Icon Cosmetic Center, you know, for example, we're gonna be giving you the guide for absolutely everything that you're gonna need, but it is important for you guys to also keep up with yourself. So if you don't do your part, if you don't do what you're supposed to be doing, then it's like all for nothing, because now you have a gorgeous butt, gorgeous hips, a tiny little waist, but now when you look at your abdomen, you notice that now you have like lumps. on your abdomen. And let me tell you what that is. That is called fibrosis. Okay, you guys, fibrosis it forms when we get the massages poorly done, for example, by somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, doesn't know the right techniques, or when we're not getting enough massages, you guys. That's what happens. Okay, that's exactly what happens, and that is something that is really, really, really important for you guys to remember, because fibrosis doesn't have a cure, guys. Fibrosis does not have a cure. Okay, so that is something that is really important. You know, that there's people that say that you can minimize the look of fibrosis, but key word, minimize, not completely get rid of. Okay, so those are things that are really, really important for us to remember and for us to keep in mind as well. So, you know, you guys, you want to be making sure that you are doing everything the right, correct way, so that way you know you don't develop fibrosis. Okay, another thing that I wanted to mention to you that is extremely important for us to remember as well is that here at Icon Cosmetic Center, you know, we are always going to be making sure that absolutely everything that we have to offer to you guys are doing it. Okay, so another thing that I wanted to mention to you is that, lucky for you, here at Icon Cosmetic Center, we actually have certified masseuses in every single one of our locations. And all 3 of our locations, we have certified masseuses that are truly, truly amazing, you guys, because they know all the right techniques, they know how to work with every single type of body type, and they also know how to detect liquid retention. Okay, you guys, so these are things that are really, really important for us to remember, really, really important for us to keep in mind. So make sure that, you know, you are keeping up with your massages, that you are keeping up with the usage of your faja, because you don't want to be jeopardizing your results. Okay, make sure also that you're leaving your information right here in my left bottom corner in this yellow folder. Put your name, your phone number, and your email. That way we can go ahead and get in contact with you guys. Okay, now another thing that I wanted to mention to you that is extremely important that we remember as well is that here at Icon Cosmetic Center, we are always gonna be giving you the best. So with that being said, this BBL post-op care bundle also comes with one BBL pillow. So the BBL pillow, you guys, a lot of people, when they hear me say BBL pillow, I feel like they believe that the BBL pillow is meant for their buttocks directly. And no, you guys, it's not meant for your buttocks directly. It's actually meant for your hamstrings, your under thighs right here. And this is going to be your butt. So this is going to be your butt. This is going to be the BBL pillow. This is your legs. And you're going to put it like this. Now, you see how the butt is not being touched by anything. The hips are not being touched by anything. You know, it's being completely protected by, you know, this technique where your buttocks and your hips are completely in the air. So this is something that is really, really important for us to remember, you guys, because we have to be avoiding any kind of compression or pressure on our buttocks. Okay, so with that being said, you guys, another thing that I wanted to mention to you that is equally as important that we remember as well is that the BBL pillow, you're gonna start using the BBL pillow around the 6 weeks, up to the 6 week post-op. When it's 6 weeks, your surgeon is going to be giving you the thumbs up that you can start using your BBL pillow. You know, that's when you're going to start using your BBL pillow, you guys. But now, like, this is not something, oh, okay, now I got the thumbs up for my BBL pillow, so now I'm just going to use it every single day, even when I don't really need it. Okay, this is something that I wanted to mention to you guys. Okay, please keep in mind that if you don't really need to use your BBL pillow, don't. Okay, because we want to be giving the body enough time and those fast cells enough time to process and enough time to, you know, be able to get all the blood supply they need, so that way we can maintain and keep as much fat as we can, because that's exactly what we want when we're getting a BBL, for the booty to be as fat as possible, right? So that is something really, really important for you guys to remember. Like, if you don't have to use your BBL pillow, don't, because this is something that you need to know. Okay, if you have to use it, okay, but like, don't go ahead and just sit on your buttocks recklessly. Don't just go ahead and start using the BBL pillow in a reckless way. Okay, always keep in mind that your body needs time to heal, that not all bodies heal at the same time or at the same speed or the same way. Okay, so that is something that is really important. Why am I saying this? Because, you know, what the normal thing is that when we're getting surgery, what the normal thing is for us to go on social media, for us to go on YouTube, for us to go on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and, you know, go ahead and find out other people's experiences. So with that being said, you guys, you know, It's just really, really, really important for you guys to remember that not everyone heals the same way. Not everyone has the same body type. Not everyone has the same blood circulation. Not everyone has the same skin elasticity. So whatever you see on social media that maybe worked for somebody or maybe didn't work for someone, maybe could work for you or maybe it can't work for you. You know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say, you guys, is that don't compare your healing process with another person's healing process, because at the end of the day, you guys, this is something that is really, 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 really important for us to remember. That way we don't get confused and start following whatever it is that another person did, thinking that's gonna be like exactly our outcome as well. For example, with the massages, you know, if you see somebody that only got 25 massages done, and you're like, okay, so I'm just only gonna get 25 massages done because look at this person, they only got 25 massages done, so I'm just gonna do the same. That's where you're going wrong, because the thing is, you guys, is that we cannot compare our healing process to another person's healing process. It just doesn't make any sense. And that is the beauty about us humans. You know, the beauty about us humans, you guys, is that none of us are exactly the same. Okay, you guys? So that's why it's important for us to remember that every single body type, everyone is unique in their own way. Okay, now with that being said, you guys, the last thing on this BBL post-op care bundle is one pair of compression socks. Okay, so the compression socks, you guys, are really, really important, because these compression socks are going to be helping you out with, you know, improving blood circulation, improving the oxygen, and also with preventing blood clots. Okay, so really important that we keep those on. We're only going to be taking them off when we need to shower or when they need to be washed. Okay, you guys, and really important that we remember, for the faja and for the compression socks, you could put them in the dryer, but don't place them in, you could place them in the washer, but don't place them in the dryer, because the thing is that the dryer does mess up the compression material of the faja and the socks, you guys. So that is something really, really important for you guys to remember. Make sure that you're leaving your information right here in my left bottom corner in this yellow folder. You guys put your name, your phone number, and your email. That way we could go ahead and get in contact with you guys. Really, really, really important that we do remember all of this amazing information. Now, another thing that I wanted to offer to you guys is that I wanted to tell you guys, actually, is that the compression socks, you're going to be wearing it up to 4 weeks. Okay, you're only going to be taking these off when you need to shower, and then right when you're out of that shower, you're going to be putting them right back on. Okay, you guys, so another thing that I wanted to mention to you that is equally as important that we remember is, for example, the compression socks. Let's say after the 4 weeks, you still notice that your feet and your legs are still a bit swollen. You know, you guys, you don't have to freak out. You don't have to get nervous. All you have to do is let your surgeon know, hey, look, like I still look a little swollen on my feet and my legs. What do you think I should do? And they're just going to advise you to wear your compression socks for as long as they may believe that you need to wear them for. Okay? So with that being said, you guys, make sure that you're leaving your information right here in my left bottom corner in this yellow folder. Put your name, your phone number, and your email. That way we can go ahead and get in contact with you guys, okay? So those are the BBL post-op care bundle. And thank you guys so much for joining the live today. Have an amazing rest of your day. Make sure that you're leaving your information right here in my left bottom corner. Remember, we have amazing specials right now going on at Icon Cosmetic Center that you can check out at our Instagram. And we are also matching deposits. So what are you waiting for to leave your information right here and say bye-bye to the old you and say hello to the new you, okay? What are you waiting for to become an iconic doll? Thank you guys so much for joining the live today. We'll see you back very soon. Stay tuned. Bye.